What's up guys, I'm Jocelyn from the Vagina Doc Physical Therapy and Wellness, and in this video I'm going to demonstrate a regression of the trunk curl up or the trunk sit up. In my hand here I have a pelvis, and I wanted to show you the pelvis to see the motion that I was going to demonstrate. This exercise, it would be a great exercise to start early postpartum as long as you are able to manage your pressures. So I'm going to show you how to monitor that as I move along through the video. If this is you standing upright, this is you laying down. So what I'm going to have you do is you're going to tilt your pelvis backwards. That's going to flatten your spine towards the floor, as opposed to if it tips forward, you're going to have more of an arch in your back, an arch that's away from the floor. So if you're standing, I want you to think of your pelvis like a bowl. This is an upright bowl. This is the bowl spilling forward, and that would be a more arched back, your booty's popped, versus here is your bowl spilling backwards, and that's more of a rounded back position. So if you were laying down, rounded towards the floor. So I'm going to lay on my back here. My legs are going to be straight. Now, if your back is really arched because your hip flexors are tight, you might need a pillow underneath your knees. I'd like you to place your hands, if you feel the bony part of your pelvis, you're going to go right, you're going to feel it and go right in the inside. And then I'm going to have you tilt your pelvis backwards as if you're spilling water backwards, and see what you feel coming into your hands. So my tendency is I like to squeeze my butt, but that's not the goal of this variation of the movement. I want you to use your abdominals. So put your hands on your butt and then flatten your back towards the floor. Make sure your glutes are not squeezing. The next place I want you to put your fingertips are in between your belly button. And as you tip your pelvis backwards and flatten your spine, do you feel a cone or a bulge into your fingers? You really shouldn't. If you do, you may not be managing your pressures optimally. So particularly if you're a postpartum woman, early on or maybe even late on, what I want you to think about is gently pulling or tightening your muscles that you would to stop the flow of urine, and pull your belly button inward gently, then tip your pelvis backwards. You shouldn't feel as much, let's say if you felt a cone, hopefully you didn't feel as much, but if you do, it might be a sign that you should get a consult from a physical therapist that is trained to spot a diastasis recti that is not well maintained. So let's say you're laying down, changing gears I should say, let's say you're laying down here and your neck is really cocked and you have a long distance from your chin to your sternum. Then I'd like you to put a pillow so that your head is supported like this, and then try the same thing. Just going to put your rib cage in a better position so that your abdominals can work better. As a starting point, what I typically have people do is I have them do 5 to 10 reps, each repetition holding for 10 seconds. As you're performing each repetition, make sure you're able to breathe. So this is called a posterior tilt. It's for your abdominals. One way to manage pressures is to contract your deep core. If you need to, place a pillow behind your head and your shoulders to put your ribs in a better position. Monitor your abdominal wall so that you're not coning through, and perform 5 to 10 reps. Hold for 5 to 10 seconds. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, comment below or reach out to me.